This exclusive interview is brought to you in conjunction with Reed Expo for the Security Operations Center at ISC East and InfoSecurity New York. Hi, I'm Kevin Marrier, Editor-in-Chief of IPVS Magazine, and I'm here today with Mark Wilson, the Marketing Director for the U.S. with Milestone Systems. And we're here today in Copenhagen, Denmark, at the Milestone Integration Platform Symposium. Milestone Systems is the market share leader worldwide in the open platform video management systems. And we're here to discuss today the exciting things that are happening within Milestone Systems. Mark, we hear a lot about the movement towards IP within the physical security industry. What types of progress have you seen within Milestone over the past 12 months?
When I'm going around talking with both the partners and the end users, it's clear that the move to IP is in full swing, and both parties are seeing significant business benefits from this move. I think for the first time they're getting the true flexibility to place the surveillance cameras in the right place to do the best job for that surveillance. They can centralize their monitoring in a single control room, so actually they get the opportunity to manage a much larger surveillance system with less people, which is clearly a business advantage in the current environment. In addition to that, they can fulfill their growth without the need for complex proprietary hardware. For example, they can use off-the-shelf both hard drives and servers to match the growth of their systems. And we're actually seeing that the growth is accelerating at a significant rate. One of the clear requirements that are coming through from both the businesses and the suppliers is the demand to match this growth on a camera-by-camera basis. So people want to move away from the mandatory jumps from 16, 4 or 8 camera blocks into being able to really go on a camera-by-camera basis and really match their business needs both in placement and in number of channels on a one-to-one basis.
Mark, clearly the IP solutions is in full swing, and in addition to that we hear a lot about the discussion of open platforms. What can you tell us about Milestone's viewpoint on open platforms?
That's actually an interesting question that we get a lot as well. I think if you look back, then earlier in the development of the move to IP, really the design decisions around surveillance solutions were being driven by camera hardware typically. And what we're seeing very strongly today is that this has moved now to open platform software, and it's really the software that's driving the design decisions around choices for a surveillance solution. One of the presenters today at MIPS, Simon Harris from IMS Research, actually laid it out clearly, I think, for the whole audience, in that he showed data that 60% of the solutions are actually being installed today based on open platform systems, and this is going to increase as we go forward into the future. Although there'll probably always be a place for specialized applications where a closed platform is needed, I think the trend is set now for the future in the next 5 years, and really Milestone has taken the lead right from the very beginning in establishing the open platform as one of the standard ways to build a surveillance solution. 60%
adoption with IP open platform systems clearly shows a trend that'll be exciting to watch over the next couple years. What are some of the benefits with open platforms and that are really driving this adoption over closed systems?
I think this is really what we would describe as the concept of proprietary jail. And really that's something that we introduced at our channel conference earlier this year in Miami. And proprietary jail is all about decoupling the hardware from the software to give our users the freedom to really choose the best combination to meet their business needs. By staying out of proprietary jail, really they get a best-of-breed solution, and they're also able to future-proof their investments going forward. Now, Milestone feels that this will be increasingly important as the volume of traffic on the internet increases, the volume of video traffic that is, and in fact we predicted in the MIPS conference earlier on this year that between 2010 and 2015 we're actually expecting to see the volume of video traffic overtake both voice and data on the internet. So it'll actually become the dominant type of traffic on the internet that we see in the next 10 years.
Mark, it's clear that when you're looking at the advantages over IP open platform systems versus the closed platform systems, that there's a lot of technical and functional advantages for staying out of that proprietary jail. What is it going to bring to the users in respect to integration of the different systems that connect into video?
I think that the big advantage of IP video surveillance systems today is that because they're connected to the network, then they're able to integrate with other network devices. Think of a situation of access control, whereby you have somebody that maybe steals the access card from one of the employees and tries to get access to the building. Now, in a typical card reader situation, if I swipe the card, then the door opens for me. With an IP solution, what we're able to do is actually integrate 3 different types of technology: video analytics, surveillance, and access control. And what this does is really increase the level of security for that access point. What would happen in that situation is if I swipe my stolen card, the system will read the card. It then looks through the camera and tries to match my face to the owner of that card, and at that time it would see that there's no match there. So the door doesn't open, and it also signals an alert to the security team to come out and address the problem. Another example is gas station drive-offs. What the gas station owners are looking for is a way in which they can actually recognize a license plate and put that on a list. If they recognize that as a license or as a car that is driven off without paying previously, then they actually switch off the pump and again alert the gas station manager so they can go out and confront the person that's trying to take the fuel. Again, in the facial, so combining access control and facial recognition, but in parking lot scenarios whereby I go in to the parking lot, I take my ticket, and at that time the system registers the number plate and also my face, and if somebody comes in and tries to steal my car, then in a traditional situation, as long as you've got the ticket, then you can get out of the parking lot. But actually, if you've got the combined or the integration of the 3 technologies, so video analytics, access control, and surveillance, what you're able to do is actually match the fact that the driver that's taking the car out of the lot is not the same driver that took it in, and then you can stop that situation there and again alert the authorities.
Mark, those are some great examples of how integration, open platforms, and really the move towards IP are driving a lot of value and creating a lot of innovation for our industry. Thanks for taking the time today in Copenhagen to discuss the exciting things happening with Milestone Systems. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Kevin, and again, thank you for coming all the way to Copenhagen and taking part in our MIPS Q3 conference this year.